Hey, if you're new here, I am Mike and we're going to do a little video for you about what you should look out for when buying an old school caravan. We're just about to buy a new one and we had a ton of questions, and we had a ton of questions before we brought this one too. So we're going to give you a few answers to some of the questions that you might have. There's definitely a few things you want to be looking out for if you're buying a retro caravan. When we brought this one, we were told it had no issues, to discover, yes, it did have some issues. So some of the things that were wrong with our one is we had to spend about $1,000 getting a full overhaul on our brakes, because every time we left the caravan for more than 2 weeks, it just started pouring smoke out of the brakes. So we had to get that fully redone. We were told there was no leaks, it was completely watertight. It wasn't, there was leaks, all right. And the other issue that we had was the fridge just doesn't really chill. It wasn't all bad though, there were some good things about this caravan. One of them is the guy that owned it was an engineer, and he engineered this solar rack. So this thing has full solar, never ran out of batteries, got charge all our devices, all solar power lights and everything. Another great thing about this caravan is that the hole underneath of the chassis has all been completely restored. Any rust has been gone. So I'll have a look under there, I'll show you what it should look like. When you poke your head under the caravan, you don't want to be looking at lots of rust. If there's some surface rust, that's a lot easier to repair. When we've taken our caravan into the get a warrant, the mechanic's always like, man, someone spent a lot of time under here, so we know we've got a good solid chassis under here. The mechanic reckons you get a few problems under this bit here, usually, on some of these older caravans. Under all in here, rust. And the other thing is your drawbar. Your drawbar doesn't count as your chassis, because that can be cut off and chucked back on. So you can see here our drawbar's been repaired. It's had rust taken out of it, that little bit of pitting. The rust in our caravan was all dealt with by the original owner. Not really too much to show. Along here. Yeah, so our caravan has had rust and it's been repaired and dealt with, but our mechanic, when we got a warrant, when we first got this caravan, made us go and get it inspected by an engineer and get an engineer's report on the drawbar, otherwise we would have had to replace it. Costs about $1,000 to replace a drawbar. But we got it all signed off and it was fine, and we've never failed a warrant since. So the other problem we had on this caravan was some water leaks, and I'm going to post a video up there of how to reseal your caravan. This one had quite a few leaks in it, and the good thing is that these caravans, I think from 1975 onwards, they're made with zinc coated aluminium or something like that, so there's actually steel framing in there, so these things aren't going to fall apart even if there is a bit of rot. So yeah, our caravan has had water damage along here, as you can see. We also had water damage under here, so I've had to replace that piece that rotted out. And you just see like along the windows here. These are the most common areas where you're going to find water damage. Most of this is just cosmetic though, it's just the internal lining, so it's not too hard to do something to fix all that and make it look pretty again. So here's our fridge. Our fridge still goes, it's not even difficult to light. We can get the pilot light going and get it fired up. But it runs off three, it's a three-way fridge, so you got 240 volt, it runs off the batteries, and it also runs off LPG, but none of them really cool it. I'm going to post another video up here of, we tried to get some quotes done to get some things fixed on our caravan, like the reseal, get a new fridge, and a few other things done, and it was going to cost $15,000. Having solar power makes a really big difference. So you see all of our, oh, which one is that? Oh, the top. All of our lights run off solar, so it's off and on. And we've got this awesome little power grid thing here. You can see what the batteries are running at. Got USB chargers, a cigarette lighter. And this caravan's even got a massive inverter in here, 2,000 watt inverter. There's our deep cycle batteries and our fuse box and the wiring. Is how are you going to sleep? How many people are going to be required to sleep in here? We kind of had intentions that this is like a custom made mattress on this bigger bed over here, and me and my wife thought, oh, we'll be able to sleep on there, we'll be able to suck it up for camping, but I can't even actually fit on it. I could lay on it, when you're just trying it out, and had high hopes, but the reality was we sleep in a tent and we just leave the kids in here. So if you're doing a bit of an inspection on a caravan that you're having a look at, definitely check all around the ceiling, all around the window frames, in the corners here. You want to be checking all of those spots for water leaks. Whatever caravan you're looking at, if it's got water damage, you want to find out what it's been constructed with. A lot of the older caravans were constructed with like finishing timber, which rots very easily when it gets wet. Personally, I would not buy a caravan this old that doesn't have a warrant of fitness and a registration and an electrical warrant. I would be wanting those things done before I handed any money over. So you can usually just check that on the back window. You've got your registration, your electrical warrant of fitness, and your standard warrant of fitness. You don't want to take it to a different mechanic where you live and then your mechanic fails this caravan for a warrant, and next thing you're forking out thousands of dollars to get rust removed out of the chassis. Some of these old caravans, you see they've got to lift the whole body of the caravan off the chassis to repair bits of rust. Not what you want to be doing. You want to be able to grab your caravan and go, right? That's what we want to do. How low to the ground is this caravan, and what is it going to be like to get it in and out of your driveway? So we just have a really standard driveway here in Rotorua. Like it's all flat here, there's no hills around where we are, and our caravan generally scrapes coming out of our driveway just a little bit. It's the part where the gas bottle sits on the drawbar that scrapes. But there's nothing difficult about this driveway that would make it want to bottom out. So this little bit here that hits the ground when we go down the drive, where the gas bottle sits. What sure works is these stabilizing feet. Yeah, they just go down nice and easily. Sometimes these things can seize up a bit, so just make sure they're free, otherwise they might just need a bit of grease to get them going. Don't force it, because they can break. Make sure the lights go. So these marker lights, you'll fail a warrant of fitness if both of those lights don't go. So you need to plug it, connect it up to your car, turn the lights on your car on, and these things should come on. Another thing you might want to look at is, can you make this place dark at night? Can you like drop the blinds down? Oh, there we go. So that way you get, your bit of privacy, so you can shut people out and also get a bit of the light if it's daylight savings and you want your kids to go to sleep. An awning might be an important part of having a caravan for you. You might want to be able to, you can double the size of this space by putting an awning out. You want to make sure it's waterproof. Has it got the full walls? Has it got all of the walls that go all the way around, or is it just the roof? Some of them also, like our one, has a little guard that goes under the bottom here, so that way it stops the wind from coming underneath the caravan. Just creates a bit more warmth, it's good. Most of these caravans come as a couch, and so you pull it out, but this one's got like a custom built mattress in it. The other thing about these is they have good storage underneath, so you can put all your things under there. We need to clear this caravan out. Cool, well I hope that gives you a few things to look out for if you're going to buy a retro caravan. There's definitely a lot of questions, and you can refer back to this and have a look at what you should look out for when you go to have a look at someone's that you want to buy. If you have enjoyed this video, then jump on our channel and have a look at some of our trips travelling away in this caravan. It's been all the way up to Spirits Bay, and we've taken it on 90 Mile Beach, and we've been over to Taranaki. We've been all over the place, and it is coming up for sale. So if you would like to buy it, then maybe you can flick us a message. We're going away for one more weekend in it, to Awakiri for the hot pools. We're going to put the heater in there. We'll be parked up to power. So it's going to be good. But jump on, have a look at some of our trips that we've gone on in this caravan. Maybe think about subscribing to our channel and following our journey as we upgrade and get a brand new Australian built caravan and all the adventures we're going to go on all over the place. Cheers.